See, because I always think I mean, I don't know if it's gonna help you or hurt you, but it's really weird. See, because I don't have any friends that are girls, and it's not that I'm like because all the bitches they can't resist themselves around Big Daddy. You know what I mean? It's just it's always to
But
me
you
it was
do.
weird.
But you do.
I do.
You do have a lot of girlfriends. Like, dude, when you talk to like, if you saw Jasmine, like she's considered a friend. Like,
Yeah.
it's a halal friend.
Yeah.
Like if you saw, I don't know,
Like Deb too. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
she's
not
totally
only
a
is
cool
that
chick.
your boys, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like you have females that are friends, and you know,
Yeah.
like not because of like with Jazz,
Mm-hmm.
not because we know her husband, but just because like it's we're different. We're totally not gonna fuck around. We're
Yeah.
totally not gonna be together.
Yeah.
You know, but she's your friend. Like, so you could talk to her. You
Yeah.
can have a personal conversation. You can have a dumb conversation.
Yeah.
That's considered friend. I think
Yeah.
you have a lot of girlfriends, like girl.
Yeah, I guess
friends.
so. I guess. Well, I mean, because like I don't call them on the daily or text them on the daily. Like I don't text any of them. I think.
But if you see them,
But if
like,
I
don't
yeah.
text, I don't text like anybody on the daily. But then when I see them or they message me on Facebook,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what up?
Yeah.
Like and it's like strictly platonic. It's not like it's it's like, hey, haha.
Yeah.
To whatever is being posted or whatever, and then we get on with our day. I never talk to her.
Right.
She never talks to me.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
I don't. That's a really weird thing. Like, because I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that are like, well, I can have friends that are girls and all that stuff. And me, I'm like, whatever. I don't really. I try. I guess I didn't think too deep into it. I guess it's just kind of like you said. You mentioned a couple people just now. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even think about them as like friends because like I didn't. It wasn't like I went out of my way to make them my friend. Like they were my friends' wives or something like that, or we were all stuck in the same room, hot, sweaty, and stuff, and not for all the good reasons. It was for like the worst reason, like because we had to do squats and we had to do dance after dance after dance, and it was the worst. And it's like that. First off. Well, anyways, let me just finish. So, like, I was just like, yeah, this sucks, right? Yeah, totally. And it was kind of that thing. I never saw them as a friend.
But that's how
it was just like, yeah, we're both stuck together.
That's how you make friends with anybody, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's probably one of the best ways.
Yeah,
it's like we're in a mutually shitty situation. Let's just get through it by
like
making fun of it.
It's just like, hey, so you finished, you did your work, I did my work. Yeah, man, this shit sucks.
Yeah,
like, and then you just build up that, and it just snowballs from there.
Well, it's funny. Like, you know how women, like, I love women. Women are just, they can just be the sexiest thing no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, guys are pigs in general. Now, women, they could be hard at times, too. Like, really difficult at times. You're just like, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Really
difficult. And so, but, like, what I got a different perspective from them and a new respect for them when we were dancing. Because I was like, dude, they're going through the same shit we're going through. Like, this sucks so bad. But it wasn't because of the hard work that I respected them or got a new perspective of them. It was from the funk that came out of that room. When the guys would leave the halal and the girls would go in, funk it all up.
And then
I mean, after
and
us.
then we have to go back in.
It was a new...
I didn't leave this smell. That smell did not come from our balls.
Yeah, because they would complain like, ugh, like that is nasty smell. Okay, they would be like, you guys smell so bad. It's like, man, shut up, man. We'd go in after them. Woo! That was a different level of funk. Not worse or better. It was just a different level. It was just like, okay, I didn't know women could just get down like that. They were either putting in a lot of work.
What the hell were y'all doing?
Or y'all need to start using some Ivory soap and get that Irish Spring up your ass, because that was harsh on my nostrils.
Like, ugh.
Ooh. Yeah,
like I've been in a football locker room.
Yeah,
football team's locker room, and it's like funky.
Yeah, it's just
but
like,
when we went in that halal after the girls,
yeah, that was
cheese and rice.
Yeah, that was. It wasn't like armpit from like guys and,
Yeah,
and
it
nuts.
was.
It was, dare I say, some mess.
The fupa. Nah, but
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
It kind of went off subject, but
yeah.
it's just, like, I think you're able to have a platonic relationship with a girl.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even really consider it because I do see these chicks on a semi-regular basis, and I say hi to them, and like it doesn't really cross my mind in any other way. It's just like, hey, how are you? We get to talking, drinking, and just kind of having a good time. Like, and again, nothing else really. I mean, maybe because I'm married, that probably could help.
yeah,
but I'm just I
of
don't
course,
think
back
about
in
them
the
any other
day,
way.
It was like, I probably got a chance with her.
Yeah.
I probably got a chance with
Yeah,
her. And her.
wax
And
that
her.
butt.
But, I mean, in reality,
Yeah.
no chance at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yeah, and like now as an adult, I think, yeah, like, I think we can have a platonic relationship with,
I
with
guess
the
you could,
female.
No, I mean, in that perspective,
And not
yeah,
just be
absolutely.
like, oh, it's because I'm married, that's why I have a platonic, or
Yeah.
because I'm in a relationship. No, you can have girlfriends. Some girls, I'm like, you cool as fuck. Me and you could not be together because I'd be
punch you.
irritated
Yeah.
like a motherfucker,
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Modesty for Ugly People. It's your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Alvarez. And of course, joining me, Mike. What had happened was Marrera.
What up?
Mike, what's going down, son?
What had happened was...
Yeah, it's just, but I don't know why. Every time I introduce or I do the intro, it just seems like we haven't done it in forever.
Yeah.
We do this on a weekly
honestly,
basis.
like-
It feels like forever we haven't done this.
It feels like it's been like 2 weeks since we had Brent on.
Well, we did. Well, last week we did the podcast in a different location, except for the podcast room. But so that's
that
probably
location was sick. though.
that was fun.
I
Oh
fucking
man,
love
was,
that man cave.
Yeah, dude, it was super fun. But yeah, thanks to my pops,
Yeah.
and I threw a would
Shout
have been
out,
a
Coach.
raging party, bro. But the kids had to mess it up. Anywho, yeah. See, but that's funny about life's perspective when you get older. You know what I mean? I have a chance with that chick. I have a chance with this chick, and it's like, yeah, you really don't. But I like your moxie.
I like your enthusiasm.
I like that confidence you got there, son. Keep it because you lose it. You lose it a lot with reality, man. And it's like, dude, it's like because this is the funny thing. I had to analyze myself when I was a kid. Now Hulk Hogan was my boy. Him and Bret the Hitman Hart at the time. Now this is pro wrestling. I didn't know it was a work, as they would call it. Don't you say the F word. Don't you say that. It's a work, okay? It's not fake. It's called a work, okay? Because that's real
It
athleticism.
was a drama.
I mean, let's be honest. That's real athleticism. Jumping, lifting, you know what I mean? Getting slammed like that, picking people up, putting them down safely. That's real athleticism, okay? Now, it's all predetermined, but that's real athleticism. Don't get it twisted. So at the time as a kid, when I saw Hulk Hogan body slam 500 pound, 7 foot, 500 pound,
Big Show?
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I thought anything was possible. So as a kid, I didn't know how physics worked. You know what I mean? And I didn't know any of that. So to pick someone up, even though I was smaller than them, it didn't cross my mind that it was physically impossible. So I would always try to pick up Jimmy and AJ and try to body slam them and get that moment of feat of that moment of glory like Hulk Hogan did. So reality kicks in, and that's never crossed my mind ever since. Like, yeah, I could pick somebody up and drop them on their dome until I took
If
wrestling.
they help jump.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
help
And
you.
like literally flip themselves. Yeah, sure. But it didn't really click until I did jiu-jitsu. And to pick someone up and drop them on the head, I'm like, dude, I need technique, technique. And that's where reality kicked in. It had a substitute of fantasy to reality.
And then you
And
got to do it at the right moment, at the right
right.
time, with the
It's
right
all
momentum.
about timing and stuff. So my perception of reality was also obviously distorted as a kid, and it kind of got clear as I got to become an adult. Now there's a flip side of that coin where reality is very much in front of my eyes. You forget fantasy, and you stop dreaming, and you stop going for those dreams and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I can be a MC, I can be a producer, I can be a black belt, I can be all this stuff because reality is very much ingrained into your head. You know what I mean? And that sucks, dude. It really does.
It does, because there's a lot of like, you know, with the whole music thing that I like to do. You know, I love it, and like I'm telling you, when I was like 23, I was like, man, I can fucking make it. I can make it as a producer. Like, you know, maybe not like the rapper type, but I can produce some shit and, you know, put out somebody's album, you know, and I was like 100% behind that.
Yeah.
But then reality kicked in.
Yeah.
Then I had to, you know, make sure I had, you know, a job, make sure I was making, you know, money to survive and stuff. And it was like, man, I have no time. Like, I see these people that are like, man, just follow your dream. And it's like, but if I follow my dream, I have to quit my job. I have to focus on that 24/7. And people do it and they succeed.
Yo, absolutely.
You know, but it's like it's a gamble, you know?
Yeah.
Because you could drop everything, do 100%, 24 hours a day on this dream or hobby that you're into, and fail and just be like, dude, you like as much work and as much dedication, you're still not cut out for it. You're still not cut out to be that person.
And see, that's
and it's just
a
like,
perspective of reality. Like,
and
even
it's
if
like,
you do that,
you
dude, might not be cut out for
like
it.
A couple people hear my, you know, like the beats, like the little beats that I make, and they're like, dude, you can fucking like do something. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna just have to, you know, keep.
I got to work at 9.
Yeah, you know, I gotta, you know, I'll do that when I can.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say, dude. The late night warriors, the ones that are up from, you know, they get home and they cook and they do their family thing. And that's why, like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a late night warrior by any means, but like everything I do, which is I would consider extracurricular, the show or anything, it doesn't matter what it is. Video games, one of my passions or something, it's always probably around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
See,
by myself, you know what I mean? I do
like a fat beat, like I'm just like, oh, this shit is tight. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning,
right?
Like when I'm just like,
I should
zoned
be sleeping
out,
and
just like, oh,
yeah, and see, and that's where I think that's where magic happens, man. At that hour, not at 2 in the morning per se, but I'm saying when business is handled, the kids are asleep. You know, the metaphorical kids. For me, it's my real kids.
Yeah.
For you guys out there, when the clock strikes the time that you're supposed to sleep, whatever hour that is, when that hour strikes and you keep going, but then you utilize it in the correct way, whether it's getting your mind in a different level.
I feel that
or
you're basically, as a person, you're at peace at that particular time, because you're not stressed about, damn, did the kids eat? Did they, are they fed? They're asleep. They're sound asleep. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have work right now, so your work projects they're good. You know, and like, yeah, your wife's asleep or your significant
I think it's a
other's
level
asleep.
of peace.
It's just
it's definitely a different level of peace, because, you know, there's people that can meditate and then they can get to that crazy third dimension in their head.
Crazy.
And there's some people that smoke weed and get to that third dimension. They get to that psychosis kind of trip, you know. It's like they're very much one with themselves and the universe or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But like, I can't get there unless I kind of like space out with a video game and I immerse myself into that video game, into the, like, because right now I'm playing Conan Exiles, and that's basically, you know, like, it's Conan era, you know, that rock age, the kind of iron bronze age, barbarian age and stuff like that. Now the only time I kind of forget myself is when my hands become one with the keyboard and mouse, and I'm into it. I'm there, like I'm almost surrounded.
That's how
by
it was
you
when
know?
God of War, like all the God of Wars were.
Yeah,
like I used to stay up really late at night and just get lost in the adventure of the game, like just like,
yeah, you don't feel your body anymore. It's because your mind takes over. It's like I'm not moving my hands very much, you know. It's very subtle movements as far as physically, but mentally, it's going off 100 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, there's a fucking hyena about to chomp on my ass, but I gotta get this stone. And a lot of people won't understand it, but this is, but you can put in anything, like when you're making beats. Because I know when I'm drawing and doing promos for the promo pics for the show, I have my dubstep music on, even though I'm in the middle of work, because that's usually when I draw, is on my lunch hour. So I hit this freeway, I guess you could say. I'm in the car, the music is on, and I'm on autopilot because I'm feeling that groove. I know what it is gonna be in my mind. It's a little muffled, but I can feel it. I can feel it, and the music's going. Excuse me. The music's going, and it's just this trance. Yeah. And I know I'm dancing, like physically. Like I know my body's doing this, and I don't even give a shit who's looking, because my coworkers always kind of make fun of me, like, you were in a groove, brother. Like, you were in a groove at lunch. And I go, really? And they're like, yeah, man. Like, whatever you were feeling, you were feeling it. And it was. And that's such a cool third eye, crazy dimension that I hit. And it's really cool because not a lot of people can do that, because that TPS report that Brent was talking about on last episode, you got to have that TPS report done by 3 p.m. or else you ain't going to go home by 4 p.m. because you're going to have to stay till 6 p.m. You know what I mean? There's always this kind of deadline that people are trying to meet, but they forget when you hit that universe in your third eye and you just kind of lose all focus on metaphorical walls and physical walls that you're being held in, you know what I mean? This cage that we're all here in, and you forget that it exists. Just for an hour. You know what it is. And I can't explain it. Only I can feel it. I can only feel it when I'm in that groove. And I can only hit it when I'm drawing and the music, my dubstep music's on. And I only feel it when I'm playing the video games that I really, really enjoy. You know what I mean? It's that reality. Like, oh, man, that's a different reality that you can create in your mind.
See, and I feel that exact same way when I'm like, put the headphones in and I start off with a little hi-hat.
Yeah.
Put the kick
and there's
in,
a spark.
And then
there's
I'm
that
like,
spark that hits, and it goes whoosh.
Yeah,
and you're there.
Like, and people are looking at me, because I do it on my lunch at from school. Like, I'll do it on my lunch and put my headphones in and I start, GarageBand. Yeah. And I'm just in my, my zone, and it's like I'm like one with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people, like, they don't know what that feels like.
Right. And I feel sorry for those guys. Yeah. I really do, because, I mean, like I said, some people, they do that one hallucinogen called ayahuasca. I hear it's like one of the craziest trips you can go on, but it's very boundary breaking as far as your mind goes.
Like spiritual?
Yeah, sure. Maybe. Yeah, sure. Or they call it consciousness.
Okay.
And what we are here on Earth locked into our physical body, it'll allow your mind to take it to those levels that you're not even aware of. You didn't even know you had it in you. And like they say, like, there are sometimes people, they talk to animals, because that's well, I mean, I'm only repeating.
When you said that, I was just thinking Ace Ventura when he's like, oh, right,
yeah, but that's what people see though. That's what and like they have a certain music and stuff like that. So look up the ayahuasca Indian or whatever. It's not how it sounds like it's spelled. I don't know how, but just try your best. But yeah, so people will take this crazy spiritual journey. And ayahuasca, do the music. I don't want to hear people. Just do the ayahuasca music. Yeah, so like it's this psychedelic drink that people the hell are you typing? Anyway, but yeah, because a lot of people cannot get that because of the reality of what's physically in front of them. And I feel sorry for those people. So here's some ayahuasca music. Yeah, see, birds are chirping. And so I think what I've heard is like you start drinking. You drink the stuff, and I think you throw it up too, or I don't know exactly how it is, but I think fast forward some of that. Oh. Yeah, it's real trippy kind of music. So just keep fast forwarding it, because there's like drums. At the ayahuasca, do like another one, because I know there's like drums and there's something else that they play. I mean, I don't. This could be it. I don't know. It's in a different language, but
Well, I mean,
yeah, this like helps you.
yeah, it's pretty much
reach
like,
that level.
Pretty
you
much
know?
like trance. And,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It does put you in there if you can get there. But like, I mean I don't get like that. But I put on dubstep music or my trap music as if you call it.
His ayahuasca music.
Oh yeah, maybe I should try that. Shit, but yeah, no. Some people can't reach it unless they like smoke weed or drink beer or something like that, and that's fine. However you need to get there. But
I get there because like when I drive on long trips, like say we're going to Disneyland or just a trip out there.
Yeah,
it's like an hour, 2 hours away. I put on like dubstep or just. I feel like I'm in a Ridge Racer game where we're just driving and it has that music in the background and just like I feel like I'm in a fucking and I put on trance or like some type of techno music and it's like I'm like just relaxing.
Do you think that's why they
driving.
came up with the name trance music? Because it puts you in a trance, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
See, that like only clicked now.
They just called it trance because it's trance.
Oh man. Oh, I wish. I mean, I wish people could get there, but they can't. They can't let go. They can't like unexperience reality. You know what I mean? They can't let that go because they're afraid. They're afraid if they do let the walls of reality's perception go, they're going to get lost. And that's like the perfect time to discover oneself. Now, trust me, I don't want to be lost in the physical woods because I would cry. Okay?
I would hug that tree.
I would
stay
climb
in one place.
the tree. I would climb the closest tree and go rock back and forth. Okay, I don't want to be there. But in the safety of the podcast room or the safety of my mind and my work and stuff, I could let those go because I'm safe, and I guess that could be why, you know what I mean? But people go out into, I think it's Peru or something like that in South America. Somewhere.
Yeah, like that dude on the Joe Rogan Experience. I forget his name. But he's like this.
That dude you were talking about, the first one
he pretty much studies psychedelics and LSD and like, MDMI stuff. And
MDMT.
MDMI.
DMT?
HDMI.
HDMI connectors. HDMI connectors.
MDMT or I don't know that drug.
Yeah.
Like, but he said he went
MDMI.
to like South America or something and he like visited this tribe and they put him on this trip and he was like there for like a couple weeks or whatever just doing the study and people would like take these drugs and kind of like just sit there for like days and just like
trip out,
sway back and forth like kumbaya style.
Yeah.
Just having this really like intense trip.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's very psychedelic trip, man. And that, I mean, I'm afraid to do all the psychedelic stuff because I'm already a psycho. I'm intense, Like I do have a lot.
I'm a pussy when it comes to that.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Like,
yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm good.
I smoke a little weed.
Beer, beer is about it. You know what I mean? But well, you kind of have to. That gives you a good perspective, though. Of where, like, there's people that live in the fast lane and there's people that go in the slow lane. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes, sometimes people, it works for them. Some people in the slow lane try the fast lane. They're like, no fucking way is that. They're okay with the 9 to 5. They're okay with that normality of that. What is that called? Like just normal pattern. I forget, the word slips from my mind, but regularity. I guess not doo-doo regularity, but just that normal just pattern of everyday life. They're cool with that, but they have those extracurricular activities that balance it out. Now you have these fast-paced people that are on their phone.
I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Yeah. Now their 9 to 5 is that irregular.
And it's crazy
pace.
because I had a relative that came out from New York, and New York is
fast.
City
I hear
life.
It's really fast, yeah.
City life. You fucking jump on the subway, get off the subway. You're here. Especially when they go out. And there's a couple times we went out, and he had visited from New York, and we were like going out, and we kind of like just. Pre-gamed at the house, before we went out to another friend's house
Yeah.
to pregame even more.
Yeah.
And then we would like hit the club or hit the scene. And he was like dressing ready and he was like, let's go. And I was like, all right, we're going to go, but we're going to hit up Richard's house real quick. 'Cause we're going to pregame there. And he's like, oh, all right, yeah, we'll fucking take some shots there. Don't have to spend so much money when we're out. We took probably 3 or 4 hours at the house just fucking pre-gaming. And then finally we barely get on the scene and it's like 11, almost
it's
12.
yeah.
And he's like, dude, I was ready at 9 o'clock to be at the club at 9 o'clock and then, start my night. And I'm like, dude, Californians are kind of chill. We'll get there. We'll eventually get there and have our fucking great night. But he was just from New York and he was just like,
yeah. See, because it's funny you say that because, I remember one time I was with my wife and I have kids already. I'm already done with the club life and all that shit. But we had to go into downtown for something. I think we were, meeting friends or something. And I'm like, honey, it is Friday night, 8 o'clock. I am not going down there. But I had to. So I went down there. And
was it the night we went to the gig?
I don't remember. But,
oh, shit.
Yeah, but we were going. And I'm like, there's, nobody here. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. That shit people don't start lining up till 10. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. So, but I think I was dropping my wife off to go out, and I was like, I ain't fucking going out. Fuck that. You go have fun with your friends. So, and then I think she was just going to dinner. But I cruise back around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I pick her up, and that's when traffic was a little. Yeah, I was like, damn, this is crazy. I used to do this. You know what I mean? Like that pace of life where 8 o'clock wasn't the time to go to bed. It was the time to start getting ready. Yeah, and by 9 o'clock, we'd all get picked up and stuff like that.
And it is crazy that these two paces in life are like you got one person that wants to hurry up and let's get shit done. Let's go fucking rage. Yeah. And then you got this other person that's like, we'll fucking, we could rage.
They're very quick to chill out.
Yeah, we're just going to, sip some stuff, get our fade on, and, and then go do some stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. I went from the fast pace to the slow pace.
You think we were at the fast pace?
Yeah, I think we were.
I think we were just young. I think that was just normal for young people. But even still.
Well, again, like I said, somebody at that age, our same age came from New York, a fast-paced city, and came over here and said that we were chill as fuck. I was like, I thought that was a fast lane.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I was like,
it's crazy.
Anymore, I was doing acid or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean? I mean, this is a solid piece of land. We have invisible lines, but the United States, those are invisible lines, but it's a solid piece of rock.
Yeah.
But so to travel, let's just say we took away the lines. It really is trippy how you just go a couple hours north or a couple hours east, from where we are, and it's accents change, just their positivity and negativity change, the energy changes, the forestation, the greenery, the desert, the whatever you call it, the geology.
To the first podcast ever, the fucking different country, Texas.
Yeah, but it really, it really is different, and the whole
crazy how different.
Because so I love Seattle. I love going to Seattle, Washington. Oh, I love going to Seattle, man. I can't wait to go back. And so us as Californians, it's a desert. And you really underestimate how fucking green life could be because we have that brownish green. I mean, we talk again back to one of our first episodes.
Orange.
It's that orange grayish, brownish green. But you go to Seattle, there's no mistaking. That is fucking green, man. And people are like, they're just, it's a cleaner air. It's just a cleaner air, and you're just like, wow. And I was very fortunate to have the perfect week there. You know what I mean? It was all positive. Not one time was it gray, rainy, anything. But the minute I left, you got fucking rain. Beyond lucky. You can hit those numbers with the lottery,
everybody that's from Seattle that is here.
Yeah.
They
freak out. They're like, that's the full sun? Oh my God. They never see the full sun that big and that close.
It rains a little bit over here and we're like, oh my God, we're going to flood. And they're like,
yeah, oh my God, I can't drive. We're not going to drive. Who's going to drive? We're supposed to go somewhere. We're going to drive.
Brent posted that picture or whatever. It was like a little like a lawn set, and the chair fell over, and he was like, "High winds in San Diego." Or something. He was like, "We will rebuild" or something like that. Dude,
Yeah,
that shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, Brent at
People
Brent the broker, Brent _ the _ broker. Good times.
And then it was funny because one of our Facebook friends, she shared one of the KUSI
Like breaking news,
the
or
weather
something. Yeah.
reporters. She was like, it's high winds, which it was really fucking high winds. But she was like, there's gonna be a storm. There's gonna be this and that. Honestly, I mean, it was rain.
Well,
like
dude,
any
Friday
normal rain.
was fucking. That wind was no joke.
The wind was no joke, but she said the winds are like really high.
Yeah.
But we need
That's
to
fucking high.
expect like this massive storm that was gonna just, knock shit over. Like we were gonna have a hurricane. or
It
some
drizzled a little.
shit. And I was like, oh shit, I shared that shit too. And I shared the,
Damn.
I was like, oh shit, warning everybody.
Yeah.
And then like, the next day came and it was like, it was raining.
We're all still alive.
And I was like, when's this big storm supposed to happen? Because, and it's just, it was crazy.
yeah,
Like,
well, it's kind of like when hail.
California weather is nothing.
Well, but if you think about it on the extreme level, like let's just say like Chicago, New York, or someone even like somewhere where it's like I said, Seattle, Washington, or something like that, where for us we have sun 9 months out of the year, and we have kind of this shitty gray weather 3 months out of the year. Now Seattle is the complete opposite, maybe even more, but like it's gray, just gray over there, and all of a sudden. They're like, oh, wow, it's a beautiful day down in San Diego. This is great. And then the next day they come out, oh, I expect gray. And then the sun's there again. And oh, my God, it's January and it's 75 degrees. And they're like, what the hell? Like, you guys are wearing tank tops? It's January. Don't you know it's January? Oh, my God. You know what I mean? They freak out because the sun is still there. And we're all like going to the beach still.
Or even like I have family and friends from Chicago, New York, the East Coast. And over there, it like snows. Like in New York, it snows. Chicago, it snows. And they're coming like over here, and I'm like, ooh, it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
Putting on a jacket, and they're like, the fuck are you putting on a jacket for? Like, it is nice. I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
Well,
because you know me,
I beach right now. Like,
I don't really get cold. Like it's just I don't know. It's really weird. I don't get cold
I fucking
that
hate
often.
being cold, dude.
I actually like it because you can do something about cold. You can bundle up.
Yeah.
When you're hot,
It's funny because
you can't get bucket naked. You get arrested out here.
Yeah,
You know what I
somebody
mean?
was saying you can put more clothes on than you can take them off because like you can only take so much clothes off when
Right.
you're hot.
And that's what I
when
hate
you're
being
cold,
hot.
you can. But still, the cold it hurts. It just like it bothers me. I can't function. I'm like, oh my god, I need like
It's so weird because it doesn't.
long
like,
johns and
yeah,
shit.
I know it does not bother me. I don't know what happens to my body, but like my wife, my kids, the heater is on in the house. I'm sitting there, and my mom would get mad at me when I was a kid because she would put on the heater in the house, which was rare because we were poor. But I'd open the window. I'm like, Mom, you're killing me. And she'd go into my room like, close that fucking window. I'm like, I'm dying here, man. But you can only take off so much clothes. That's why I'd rather be cold because you can do something about it. But yeah, cold doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yeah. But
Okay,
I haven't reached.
Calm down, Elsa.
Yeah, what? The cold never bothered me anyway. I feel the Elton John come out of that when like that was aggressive piano playing when Elsa started getting down.
I wish we had videos. Dominic pressing
The imaginary, yeah, I was digging that, man. But yeah, so man, I got it in the car. I bought a selfie stick for us, so I can put it right there and do our thing. Yes.
Man.
So yeah, no, it really doesn't bother me. Like it doesn't. It just I don't know what happens to me. It doesn't. So, but to be fair, my wife's cousin came out here when it was a tad bit windy. I put on a light jacket and shit like that, and she didn't have anything on like that. She had a shirt on, or I think nurse scrubs, and that was it. And then I was like, "Ooh, it's a little chilly." She goes, "What?" I was like, "Oh yeah, the wind, it's a little chilly." She goes, "But the sun's out." I'm like, "That don't make
But
it
it's
less
chilly.
chilly." Yeah, but it's still chilly. And she goes, "Honey, you don't know cold. I'm from Chicago, okay? Yeah, you don't
That's what
fucking
I'm
know
saying, dude.
chilly."
Like people
you know?
that come out to fucking plow fucking snow off their car and shit. And we're like,
hey, excuse me, I had to scrape off ice of my windshield there, sir. Thank you very much.
It was like a really small film of ice, like a little
that came off
layer.
with the credit card. No, but you know it's funny. Like I know because I know I'm not saying I'm a physics major or anything, but I know physics. Okay, no, not even that below. Okay, but I know you're not supposed.
Of physics.
I know how to not spell it. So I know not to put warm water, or I think that's chemistry. But I think not to put warm water on your kind of frozen over windshield
Because it'll crack.
because it'll just like.
Well,
right
it's like putting a mug in the freezer. You don't want to put like a hot mug in the freezer.
Oh, I was like, I put my Stein.
No. You put a regular room temperature mug in the freezer. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying like if it was hot, like you put a hot drink in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna fucking shatter.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we don't have no idea of cold.
Nah, we don't. Our perception
that's
again.
why
Our reality
like,
is
people in Cali are spoiled because of our fucking weather.
Yeah, but we got high like. But
Cost
like
of living
what like
fucking
people like realtors. I mean, you can ask Brent the broker, but you can ask him. You pay for the weather here.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't pay for
Anywhere.
houses or anything. You pay for the weather.
Like my girlfriend's mom, she lives in Michigan. She's paying like nearly nothing.
There's
for
$500 houses out there.
Yeah,
$500
exactly. Houses, not
houses.
Apartment. You can't even get an apartment. You can't even get a room.
Rent. There is no such thing as a one bedroom apartment for $500. No way.
$500. But out there, it's like she has like this big yard and fucking big ass house, and it's like maybe
for a
like $500 a month or whatever, you know.
See?
And it's just like, but
it's Michigan.
hella fucking snow up to your damn waist and fucking shit like that. So yeah, wherever you
can we go conspiracy theory real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to Michigan, there's this place, and I don't know what it is, but go ahead and type in Google. So if you Google like Michigan, the state of why would you close it, dummy? You could have just changed the address.
Just don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about your damn self. All right?
You're the worst.
People don't need to know how I'm fucking.
Oh, they do. Wait till we get a camera up in this bitch. They gonna know. They gonna see exactly what you just did.
But until then,
what I got to deal with.
Anyway.
All right, so type in Michigan State conspiracy theory, something like that. So there's a conspiracy theory going about. There's this place in Michigan, and it's like across the lake or something like that. Not the referees, but there's this thing with there's a place where civilians can't go. You're only allowed to go if you work there. You're the only person that can go there, and it makes this loud, like humming noise. Loud, like you can hear it over miles of radius. Okay, so Mike's not getting anything. So go to like conspiracy, Michigan State conspiracy noise, like this loud humming noise, but just put noise ordinance. Okay, there we go.
Man, you can't party after.
No, it's okay. So there's this noise, but I heard this on another podcast. But there's this crazy noise, or no, TV show, that it goes this loud at pretty much random times where it goes, and like people just don't know where it's from or why, but it's like the decibel level is super crazy. And the hum, yes, there it is. Mike found it. Good job. The hum is a mysterious noise heard around the world. No, not around the world, man. Michigan.
No, but it
All right, so go down. Edinburgh. Where's Edinburgh? Florida.
Yeah, maybe this is not it.
Okay, yeah. Fuck
well,
this.
we got to figure out what.
Oh yeah,
what
but no, it
exactly
was really
called.
crazy.
But I'll ask the mom, like my
Yeah.
girlfriend's mom,
If she ever
see
heard it,
yeah.
but it's in a certain area, like it's like in a certain place, like you know what I mean. Like it doesn't. I guess we're kind of getting off the rails there. Because I thought of it, and it's always kind of in like the back of my mind, like what, like I'm like, ooh, that's kind of interesting.
What are people's like?
Well, it's like when the hum is going off,
Is there
in the
something,
people
like,
in the
going
area.
down?
Well, like their stomach will hurt. Like, because have you heard of the brown note? Have you heard of the brown note?
No, what is
Okay,
it?
so there's a certain decibel level because since you're in music, so let me break it down.
Yeah.
So if you're in music, there's decibels. Now that for layman's terms, that's the loudness
Yeah.
or lack of loudness you can get. Now, physically, you could feel decibels on
Yeah.
your body, in your mind, and in your ears. You can feel decibel levels. Now, there's a certain decibel level that they say the brown note hits. There's a certain decibel
Kind
level.
of like a dog whistle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a decibel that we can't hear as humans, but the
But-
dogs can hear it. So there's a decibel level that your body can feel as a human being. So it's called the brown note. So the brown note goes off. It goes.
The brown note.
And it makes your stomach churn. It makes your stomach churn, and it makes you do to yourself. That's why it's called the brown note.
Well,
and on
obviously.
MythBusters, they busted. It's busted because Adam Savage was like, he put a diaper on for fun, and he stood literally surrounded by like 20-inch speakers, and he's like, I don't feel anything. But the crew, all of the crew, like the sound guy that holds up the boom mic, the cameraman, there was a couple of people that were like, dude, my stomach started churning. It started like messing me up. And where I was getting at with the Michigan thing, that hum, people were like, dude, I get headaches. I would like start feeling nauseous, and it would put them in this crazy like ill state, you know. And I'm like, dude, if you know someone in Michigan, I want to know if they've heard this hum or they heard this like, or even if they were near this place, you know what I mean?
Mysterious hum sound is back.
Plaguing
Windsor, Michigan radio.
strange sound in Michigan sky. Okay, so click on that. One long hum or note,
Hey everyone, this is Pastor Davis, April 2nd.
which is fat. We can't have this.
Listen closely.
We'll get pulled off if we do this.
I'm going to be quiet.
All right, we're gonna be quiet real quick. We're gonna be quiet.
Traffic in the background. I know your pickup humming. I don't want you to think
All right,
That
there's
sounds like-
somewhat of a hum. No, there was a
But-
loud hum.
yeah, but
like
that's-
so okay, so
that hum
here's the
sounds
show.
like he has a
it's
generator
called
on or
Joe
some
Rogan Questions Everything. So type that in, and we'll get to the bottom of this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, people. But no, no, it was really crazy because it was a loud, undeniable hum. It was super loud, and listen to this hum, dude. It's fucking trippy. Okay, so Mike found it. Mike found the. So Joe Rogan's going into Windsor, Canada, which is near Michigan. I'm sorry, different countries. Oh, harp. Okay, yeah, because he was doing like harp or something like that. Yeah, so he went over to people's like houses, and the people that were the majority of the people that were complaining about the noise, and he finds them. Joe Rogan finds them and asks them about the noise. So go ahead and play it, or go ahead and find it. Oh, Mike's finding it right now. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I kind of forgot what I was.
Well, you're talking about conspiracy theories or the conspiracy of that hum.
Yeah, so like it's always kind of been in the back of my mind about this hum. Because, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this country, your backyard or wherever, that you just can't explain. You know what I mean? Like, but this just happened. This non-explanation just happens to be man-made. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, of course, there's like quote unquote like miracles that happen every day. That fucking people like they were about to get hit by a car, but they got hit in a way where it like spun and it didn't hit them. You know what I mean? So this is a man-made thing that we can't explain because we're not even allowed to go in there. So it's been in the back of my mind. I don't know where I was going with it, but it's just kind of a trippy thing.
Well, I mean, we were talking about Michigan being like cold and stuff, and then
Oh yeah, yeah. And so
Michigan.
I wanted to
But-
trip to Michigan.
conspiracy theories, period, like that. It's crazy. Like, I mean, that hum. or
Because
whatever,
Mike
maybe-
heard it and it was like, whoa, that's fucking real. Like it was a trip, that's for sure. I don't know about if it's real, but it tripped us out.
Yeah, and what I just heard it right. What I just heard right now was like a.
It was a dude. It was a like
was a weird
It was
hum.
very weird.
But,
So go ahead and play
I
it.
mean,
Like, go ahead and play it.
Well, pause it.
Okay.
Like I want to.
Anyways, I think we had to pause it there for a second, but Mike couldn't find anything like crazy because
I
from
couldn't find the.
that hump,
the
it's called
sound.
the Windsor.
I found a
Hum.
bunch of like interviews or whatnot, like them talking about it.
Yeah.
Again, same.
Yeah, it
thing.
was.
It's like more of them talking about it, but I want to hear the exact.
The
thing.
hum, yeah. I guess you kind of have to be there, but yeah, how I got on it was Michigan, and like the
Yeah.
first thing that popped into my mind. It's actually in Canada,
Windsor
across
hum.
from Michigan, but
The Windsor.
Yeah.
Hum. But conspiracy theories in general, man, that's crazy.
well, they
Like
well,
the
they,
whole,
well,
the
I mean,
whole
crazy.
Area 51 or what's that other place? Roswell.
Oh,
Roswell?
Mexico and all that
Is that
stuff.
Area 51?
No, Area 51 is in Nevada.
Nevada.
And Roswell, New Mexico.
Like it's crazy because like even with that guy that I was telling you, Phil Schneider,
Mhm.
you know, he like supposedly worked at Area 51
Mhm.
and he worked, you know, in like deep in the government's like hidden secret, you know, departments and stuff. And he talks about like aliens. He talks about how he was like, we call them the grays because they're gray colored and there's, you know, different, you know, types of them or whatever. And most of our technology that we have now is from them or whatever. And he's like, you know, and he was like, I don't know what happened. Something happened to where like he had bad blood with the government, just like anybody else. And he went on these I guess like he went across the U.S., held these little seminars, and he had like materials of what they made and like little rocks and stuff from them or whatever. And he would talk about them and like pretty much expose the government, saying that the government doesn't want us to know about this, but I'm letting you know. And I guess like not even a year with him or within like him going across the United States, he was found like brutally murdered in a hotel room.
Isn't that trippy? Like when people do that, like,
yeah, and it's like holy shit. He was like trying to, you know, like inform people, and he mysteriously was killed. And like again, with you know like the fucking forensics that we have, where you can find an ass hair and be like, this dude did it at this time with this fucking weapon.
Yeah.
And you know, you can find a whole fucking crime scene with one fucking ass hair. And, you know what I'm saying? But you can't find who killed Tupac or who killed, you know what I'm saying?
JFK and all
like,
that. Yeah.
How did Bob Marley die of cancer all of a sudden? You know, like it was.
Bob Marley got shot the fuck up.
No,
Yeah, he did.
no, he got shot, and then he recovered, and he did the same show, and then he died of cancer. Read up on your. Read up on
I
Bob.
thought he got shot up.
He was not
He was just like-
assassinated.
I'm just saying. That's not what
You're probably the only person that thinks Bob was assassinated or
No, I didn't.
shot
No, I
and
never
killed.
said that. I'm just saying. Like
He
I
was
thought-
shot.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was
shot.
shot. Did a show. He was like, you know what I should do? Take a nap. Never woke up from that damn nap. You know what I mean?
He was said he had like cancer or some type of disease.
Yeah.
Cancer in his foot or whatever. But there's like this big conspiracy theory of how people
Yeah.
induce the cancer in him and to
Whoa,
it's crazy.
trippy.
Yeah, dude, there's like a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
in this.
there's a lot out there. I don't know how much is real or not.
Well,
real
nobody
or-
knows how much
Yeah.
is real, but
Well,
it's
dude-
just crazy to think about. Like I watched. You ever watched Prison Break?
Nah, man, the guys were too handsome and everybody was on it. And you know me, when everybody's on the show, I'm not. So no.
I don't know why. That would be like, okay, everybody likes it, so I'll probably like it. Versus something that nobody watches.
I probably won't. The only time I really got into like
Man, you watch
something like
Walking
that-
Dead and Game of Thrones. That's the same shit. Everybody's
Well,
on that shit.
I got into Walking Dead probably. I think you know what? Only a couple episodes. I missed a couple episodes, but I started with episode 1, but it was only like in episode 3 or 4.
I watched that shit from day one. Well, I didn't watch it on day one.
That's what I'm saying. Like not me, but in Game of Thrones, it was already like season 2 by the time I even started watching season.
It was
1.
on season 3 by the time I started.
Something like that.
I was
Yeah,
just
about
like,
that.
what?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like when everybody says you got to watch this. I ain't watching shit.
back to conspiracy theories. Like nobody knows if it's like true or not, but it's
Yeah.
just crazy to think about. Like
It
stuff
gives
to
it-
hide.
well,
But
see-
no, my point, what I was trying to get to with Prison Break, was like in Prison Break, this dude was framed for killing the vice president, and then
Okay.
his brother purposely put himself in jail. He robbed a bank or whatever, put himself in jail to break his brother out because he knows that his brother didn't do it.
Right.
You know, but there's these black suits and this no name voice that's like telling these like, you know, black suits that this person needs to die, you know, and it's just like the men in black,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And they're out there. And it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, because please don't shoot me, but like the Illuminati and all this, like, there's all these crazy like clubs,
secret
people.
societies.
Yeah. Like those are real. Like the Freemasons, you could trace those guys all the way back to the Knights of Templar.
Knights of
You know what I
Templar,
mean?
man.
That was a long time ago. And like Benjamin Franklin
Like-
was a Freemason.
like there's-
pretty much all the guys that signed the Declaration of Independence,
There was
they were
one
all
person
Freemasons.
that was he is a Mason, and he you know, because a lot of Masons, I mean, it's hard to keep a secret, and
Yeah.
and then you don't realize who you tell, but somebody, no names, told me that like if we found out what the Knights of Templar found in
I think Jerusalem.
in the tomb of Jesus,
Oh, okay.
if we as a people, as the world,
Yeah.
knew what the Knights of Templar found in the tomb of Jesus,
Mhm.
like all hell would break loose. Like,
And you know what? I
all-
believe them too,
like-
because
like-
a lot
like-
of people can't handle that kind of truth.
Yeah,
Whatever
dude.
happened there, I don't know
they'd
what
be
happened, but
because it would kind of contradict everything that's in the Bible and
Right.
that we believe in.
right, yeah,
Like, us as Christians or Catholics or whatever, you know, religion you're in, it'll chain. It is like a fucking
yeah.
game
it's like
changer.
that.
You know,
Well, that's why they say. Well, that's why I believe that, like, physically, I mean, mathematically, we probably could, or mathematically, we can travel back in time, but only to look.
yeah.
But physically, I don't think we're allowed, quote unquote, allowed to, because of things like that. Like, okay, so they've almost got it pinpointed of when the Bible and all the Jesus stuff happened. So I think if people went back into time to go meet the man, they would probably be disappointed. Or maybe the shit really did happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So if they did, let's just say it didn't happen. I mean, the stories happened, but like he was just like, hey, he met up with the dude. Hey, you gonna say you blind for a few weeks, right? And then I'm gonna come by, I'm gonna smack you with some mud in your face, and then
yeah.
you're gonna say you're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like if maybe that happened, but if we
Maybe-
discover that
yeah.
happened, oh my God, that would destroy Christianity as a whole, and,
Yeah,
and just be
dude.
like, why? It would raise the question even more. Why are we here on Earth?
And
all that
again, like
shit?
I've always said, my thing is the Bible is a bunch of stories like with morals.
Yeah.
You know, like you ever like in elementary when they were like, you know, you read this book and the moral of the story is,
yeah.
you know, like do unto others that you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're nice to this person,
Eat
they're
that
gonna
bud.
be nice to you. You know, that's the moral of the story, and that's what I feel like sometimes. Like when I read the Bible,
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of stories with a moral ending. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, and if people like believe in this,
Yeah.
like there are good people out there that are morally, you know, righteous. You know,
Yeah.
they're really good people, and they're like, man, I'm gonna hook you up because it may not be you, but somewhere down the line, I'm be in need of help. you know?
Right, yeah.
But if they go back and find out that yeah, Jesus was like, hey, like a con artist,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying?
Because
Like-
con
like-
artists has been proven throughout
dude.
the ages.
Hell yeah,
they've been
dude.
through and through.
Pickpockets, yeah,
Yeah,
all the way.
pickpocket people that make replicas of something and stuff like that. They knew
Exactly.
how to do it. Like you get anything, and you put it in salt water long enough, it ages it quick as shit. You put it under, you bronze it, it gives a nice patina on it or whatever. It gets
antique
eaten
look.
up. But yeah, antique look. They're like, my friend, this was found in the Dead Sea when Jesus was alive and all this. Like, holy shit, yeah. You know what that's called? That's called gift shops.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it for thousands of years.
Yeah, dude. And just to find out that
was made in China.
say it was a fraud or like
Man,
that
that
really
would
didn't happen,
rock the world.
Dude, I'd walk around like, what, am I gonna go to hell?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If I fucking kill you right now,
Exactly.
you think I'm gonna go to hell? I don't fucking
Yeah.
believe that shit because I know the shit's not true.
Exactly,
You know?
and that's where it's like we're at this weird day and age of shared information now that people's morals, or it's starting to really separate. It really is from like the 80s and 90s, in my opinion, because that's when I was born. But like, people do feel a little more guilty now, and they feel a little more non-guilty now. Like, you know, it's starting to really separate. Like the
Yeah.
extreme levels are starting to really separate because, dude,
Well, I mean, look
I'm
at
a
all
good person.
the shootings and stuff,
Right, and they're just like, whatever.
me, even though I was depressed, or even if I'm depressed, it's like, okay, I'm probably just gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna go to a fucking school.
Like, what? Hey, don't you dare!
No, but
don't
I'm
you
saying,
dare!
but I'm saying I wouldn't go to a school and take 20, plus
Yeah.
people's lives with me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But they're just like, they just like whatever. Like it's
it doesn't matter.
nothing. Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
And
No,
that's
I
how
get
the
that.
world would be if they found out like some of these like things or like.
Yeah. I mean, if people found out there's not a heaven and hell, whether you believe or not, woo, man. I mean, you
All
want
hell
it's
would
kind of like the
break
movie
loose.
The Purge. Like you
Oh,
get
yeah.
that concept. Like, look, off limits, no laws, no rules. Now the real
go
true
ham.
you
Yeah.
would come out. Me, Big Daddy Dominic Alvarez, would have that cement house. Like, okay, it's 10:30 at night. Time to start locking up.
And they have that big.
Yeah, exactly. And the
everything
walls
fucking
would
just
close.
Yeah.
We'd go underground, lock everything up, and enjoy Seinfeld or Friends or whatever we enjoy at the
yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? I would lock everything. I would not. I'm like, I don't
Family game night.
Yep. And I wouldn't do. And that's me. I'm like, I need to keep my family safe. I understand people have problems. Shit. I have problems, but I'm locking everything up, and I'm keeping everybody else to them. If Mike, what had happened was, Marrera, Dom, you have a cement house. I need to come over. You got till 10:30, brother. If you had 10:31, I'm sorry. I love you, but you can hang out on the roof. I will put a ladder out for you, okay?
I'll fucking start building a fucking ladder to your roof.
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if all
I'd
was I'd still be me. I'd still, whether, because I don't believe in all that, but I feel I'm obligated to my wife and kids to do the right thing, set good examples for my wife and kids, so they can set that standard and even a better one for the future. And I'm not saying it all starts with me, but it really does. You know, you be a good person, you put out good vibes. It may not be immediate, but you do, things will happen. Good things will happen.
It's the what do you call that? The universal ripple effect, I guess.
Yeah, just keep it going as long as it's a positive ripple, because a bad ripple can happen too.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you put out that positive ripple,
Right.
it's gonna expand and it's gonna go a long way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think that's how we should all think. Let's not think of heaven and hell. Let's think about what examples we're setting for our kids. I think, I'm not saying I have the best example for my kids, because I yell, I cuss, I drink, I do those things. But when it comes 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning, doesn't matter what day it is, I'm up. You know what I mean? Or sometimes not. But I'm up. I'm with my kids. I'm with my wife. I'm not like doing other things, bad things in front of my kids. You know, I'll drink in front of my kids, but it's with their uncles, and we're all having a good time inside
it's
the
not
house.
like-
And, you know, we're not drinking and driving. We're having a good time. If we do kind of get to that point, we get food, we stay inside. My friends aren't scared to ask for water. They know where the water is. They know where food, you can
Sleepovers,
sleep
yeah.
from time to time. Positive effects, but we're having a good time in front of our children, and our children are running around with each other, and, you know, it's good vibes all around. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's bad stuff.
Yeah, man. Like I don't. Yeah, like I just hope nobody like I mean, again with my faith, I hope that shit is real.
Okay,
You know,
that's
because
fine.
I think morally, like when my life is done, if there is a heaven and hell, I want to go to
Yeah.
heaven. I ain't, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Definitely don't want to be in the lake of fire,
you
son.
know what
That's
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But I mean, if it's not real, I mean, at least like when I do leave this world behind, I left like a positive.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
That helps you rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what really helps you rest in peace is you did good by your kids, and you did good. Even if you don't have kids, you did good by influencing people around you to do the right thing, or you led by example. Whether they take after your example, that's up to them, and they don't leave it. You don't leave it at that.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. I'm donezo. I got a pee. Mike, we're going to get a hold of us.
Conspiracies and morality. But,
Michigan.
It's actually Canada.
Canada.
But anyways, hit us up on MOD4UP. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. But hit us up on MOD4UP at gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. I just registered us for Musically.
Yeah.
And I just got our Snapchat up.
Yeah.
So we're going to start snapping.
Snapping and chatting and musically and all that good stuff. Anywhere that's somewhere you can find us at MOD4UP at gmail.com, at MOD4UP, hashtag MOD4UP. Mike, anything else?
No.
And I'll catch you cats later.
Peace out.